Headed off to West Huntsville after the show yesterday to have a go at beekeeping.
Morning, Charlie. I have arrived somewhat with trepidation. However, when I saw the sign for bees driving up here, I knew I was on the right course, and I seem to arrive in the most incredible orchard at the moment. I can see hens. I heard geese a minute ago. I'm stood in front of plums, and a man who can tell me all about these things is Richard from Burnham Beekeepers. We're on site here in West Huntsville. Richard, thank you so much for having me along. What's your job? What's your role here?
So I am the secretary of Burnham Beekeepers Association. My prime role is admin, just to make sure things all happen in the right place at the right time. I'm also a beekeeper.
What is it you do here?
So this is our teaching apiary. We are hosted today by Thomas O'Neill, who is a long-time beekeeper, one of our most experienced beekeeper, and he has, as you can see, this fantastic facility. So this we use as our teaching apiary. So we run a course every January for brand new beginners who have mostly never looked after bees before, and throughout the year we bring them out here, we show them what bees are, how they behave, how beekeepers behave around them, and we take them basically from bees being born all the way through to honey production and the nectar in the jar, as we like to know it.
Oh, well, I'm hoping to go through this whole process with you today. I'm quite excited. What sort of people do you get approaching for beekeeping? What sort of people want to do that?
Enormous variety. The people you'll meet today, Thomas, whose apiary we're in at the moment, he probably won't mind me saying he's one of our elder statesmen. Emma and Sophia are newcomers. They're on our current beginners beekeepers course. Sophia is, I think, in year 6, she's 11, and her mum, Emma, is just incredibly supportive of Sophia's joy of wanting to keep bees. So all ends of social spectrum, both male and female. We have a diverse group of individuals, mainly from around here, but we have had people far away as Portishead come and join us, and not last year, the year before, a guy from Ilfracombe came up on a weekly basis to our theory courses. So it's a big draw. Lots of people come along. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hives down there, and the number of bees will vary from, there's a really busy hive right in the middle.
I can see it,
which is, and that's as a chicken, busy hive in the middle, that will have upwards of 80,000 bees in it.
Just the one?
Just the one.
Wow.
The smallest one, which is the second one in, which is a relatively new colony, which was picked up from a swarm only the last couple of weeks. It's probably got 30 or 40,000 bees in there. So we've probably got across that, we'll go for 500,000 bees, half a million bees.
Half a million bees I'm looking at.
Every one of them can bite you.
So, thank you, Richard, I appreciate that. So the small box we're looking at, for people listening now, is about the size of probably 2 to 3 shoe boxes, I would say, right, something like that. And how many, you said there's about 40,000?
Yeah, 30, 40,000 in that, because it's a developing hive, through to, there's one down there, which is probably about 5 feet high, floor to roof, and that will have upwards of 80,000 bees in it.
The bees. Hi, Charlie. I'm here with Sophia, Emma and Thomas, and we are all suited and booted now. They have checked every crack and crevice, so to speak, to make sure that there are no gaps in my clothing. I've got special gloves on, and I'm looking at you through a big hood. Sophia, now, you're 11. This is your first year doing the training. You're here with your mum, Emma. Now, what have you got in your hand?
A smoker.
What's that for?
Calming down the bees or alerting the bees that we're here, or just telling them to back off.
So you're in charge of me here. You're the experienced one, so show me through and take us down to the hives, if you would. So what is it that excites you about doing this beekeeping as we approach one of the hives here down at the end? Why do you like doing this?
It's just fun, and I like making animals happy, I guess. And it's really exciting.
I can see about 10, 12 of them crawling out along the bottom. Now, Sophia's going in with the smoker. What is it that you're doing there? Oh, you're pumping it. Okay. And she's just smoking the entrance very gently. So you pumping the air there, Sophia?
Yes.
Okay. And it's pumping smoke into the bottom, the very entrance of the hive. Interesting, they're quieter than I thought. We're surrounded by probably 50, 100 bees flying around us right now. Just being told to walk around the back, and they're deconstructing the hive as we speak. So it comes off in layers. They've just broken open the top. Now, it's quite a sticky seal there. Is that because of the honey, or did you seal that down?
That was a proper.
That was okay.
Stuck it down.
Right, okay, so they've actually stuck their own lid down, essentially. And as each layer layer comes off, you can hear, wow, okay, so we've got racks and racks of honeycomb. Now, I'm just feeling at the moment, wow, I've got a whole rack in my hand with bees in it. It's quite very heavy. Okay, so I've got a rack with racks of honeycomb in it, a kind of a level, I suppose. A super, okay. Ooh, wow, now you can really hear them. Okay, we're just looking for the queen here. That one flew right past my ear, which was a terrifying sound, I can't lie to you. Wow, we're looking at a honeycomb piece of it here. Almost looks like an air filter in a car is what I would describe it as. And it's about the size of an open book, I would say. And there's, gosh, what's there got to be, 100 on that? Yeah. If not, maybe more? Wow.
And they're quite calm.
They are very calm.
Though we're opening up their home.
Yeah, and this is a lot smaller than I thought, these ones.
Young bees.
Okay, right, so we're looking at the very young bees, the brood at the moment.
Honey around the outside.
And we've got honey, and we can see the honeycomb as well. Now, Sophia, how do you spot a queen bee? What's the difference?
Well, the queen bee is a lot more bigger, but her abdomen is quite pointy and long.
So would you be able to spot her if you see her?
Yeah, but sometimes she can be quite hard to spot.
So they mark queen, so it's just easier to spot her with a pen or something, so a little white bit. Now, all of a sudden, we've got a lot more bees kind of buzzing around us, so to speak. So why is that? Why are they now kind of more active? Is it because we're getting nearer the queen, or we've been in here a while?
Basically, we've taken the roof off. They're defending the hive.
Okay. So despite the kind of the smoking and the work we've done, we've gone all the way pretty much through the hive now, and it's only now that they've gotten really active and kind of come out and started to defend the hive, so to speak.
These bigger bees?
Yes.
So the bigger bees with big eyes are drones, and they are the male bees.
Right.
So what you'll find is pretty much 90% of what's in this hive are female. So the worker bees, the house worker bees, the honeybees are all female.
Okay.
And there's a handful of drones.
Handful of drones. Now, we've just spotted the queen. Okay, I can see the little marking. Oh, yes, okay. Wow, different body completely, really. Slightly elongated. Okay, so they're basically now able to touch the queen, and there isn't too much reaction around it. So this is the queen who's done essentially all this hard work. We have everything we're looking at here thanks to this one queen, essentially, which is incredible. I feel like I'm witnessing something quite special here. It feels like a real honour, a privilege to be able to see that queen there.
See, she is a lot bigger, and her tail end is quite pointy.
So a pointy tail end and a lot longer than the other bees, but not necessarily wider or bulkier, I would say, just elongated. Yeah. This is amazing, fantastic. Can I just do a quick check? None of us have got any stings. None of us have got any bees inside our suits. No, Charlie, we're all very happy here from the apiary, and what a privilege this is.
Some honey.
Now, Charlie, after the excitement of being down with the bees at the multiple hives down there, we've kind of come up into the office now with Thomas. Thomas, thank you for showing us up here. Now, what have I got in front of me here? We've seen the bees, and you showed me the process of them producing the honey. What do we do afterwards?
Then we bring the supers in, we clear the bees off the supers.
Okay.
Put a board in to let the bees go out, take the supers off with no bees, bring them back to the shed, over an uncapping tray. We have an uncapping fork.
Okay, so what's happening here is one of the racks I was looking at that had bees swarming all over it a little bit earlier. I remember I said they sealed these honeycomb bits up with the wax. They're picking them out at the moment. Thomas is picking them out with a little pick over a kind of collector, and this is to make sure that in a minute, when you spin it, all of the honey comes out.
All that honey will come out. If we put it in with the capping on, we'd be there all day. It won't come out.
It would never come out.
But once we take the capping off, we lift that across.
Okay, so it's one of these wooden racks in there, and it's being put into what I would say is a plastic, almost like a plastic barrel drum, and within it is it's almost like a salad washer that you spin around, and there's a handle here.
We fill that up.
Okay, and how many racks would you get in this? 6, maybe? 6, okay, yeah. And how much honey would you produce from, so you have 6 of these racks that we've taken out from the hives, how much roughly honey would you expect to get from 6 of those?
7 or 8 pound.
7 or 8 pound worth.
Yeah,
wow.
I don't know what it is in metric, but
yeah.
Basically, we put it in there, spin it slowly. The honey will come out.
You say spin it slowly. I would suggest, Thomas, that's going quite fast. We're having to hold it down, Charlie. It's flying around the room, almost like a washing machine that's a bit old that's flying around the room.
As you can see, the honey's coming out on the outside of the drum.
Yes, so it's whizzing
down.
Yeah. So there's almost a spray, Charlie, of honey that is hitting the outside of the drum, and eventually that'll slide down towards the bottom of the drum. And Thomas, there's a tap at the bottom.
And then there's a tap at the bottom. We put that up on a stand, filter it into buckets.
Wow.
Then it's ready for sale.
And the beautiful thing about honey is that notoriously it never goes off.
It never goes off.
So you have to have a low water content.
We've got to wait until it's right with a low water content before we can put it in a jar.
And knowing what you do about the process and the honey that you produce, and presumably how delicious and proper and organic it is, when you hear people talk about honey or in the supermarket, you go around someone's house, you're quite particular about what honey you have.
Yes. Yeah.
Good man. Okay. So, and I suppose to different times of the year does it produce different honey?
Yes.
And do you know which ones you like your particular taste from? Do you have a preference for a hive?
Yeah, most of mine, the bees blend it all in together. But yes, there is. I like the clover honey, the nice soft honey. You can get set honey, which is rape earlier in the season. But yeah, I like the clover honey.
And just while we're on the subject, because we've been talking about the weather and how gorgeous it is here, but also the effect that's having on the bees, people are being affected by it as well. I know lots of people suffer with hay fever. I've taken a tablet before I came here today. Is there something in, I don't know if you suffer, you know people who suffer, with having the local honey to kind of immunitise yourself somewhat?
Local honey, because obviously the bees are getting it off of the flowers that give you the hay fever in the first place. So the more local the honey is, yes, it helps with.
So is that a case of a small dose of it through your food
through
gets
your
you
food,
used to it?
Yeah.
And does that change per season as well? Is there different?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.